In this video, we're going to talk about Greta Van Fleet and how people see them and view them in regards to their Led Zeppelin influence. Hey everyone, Rod DeGeorge here. If you're new to the channel and you love everything about music and guitar, please consider subscribing as I release fresh content all the time. Hit the subscribe button and you'll be kept up to date. Now let's take a look at the band Greta Van Fleet. What do you think? Do you think they are the real deal or no? Do you think they borrow a little too much from Led Zeppelin, or do you think they're paying tribute? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below. Now personally, I have a ton of respect for what Greta Van Fleet has accomplished. They're bringing rock music back into the forefront, which is a pleasure for me to hear. Real instruments, real singing, which is nice to hear. They're all talented musicians. They know how to perform live. Their overall sound is definitely refreshing for me to hear, especially in today's market, if you will, where there's a ton of auto-tune and drum machines. And I love to hear real instruments, real musicians really playing and singing. That being said, though, their overall sound is very influenced by Led Zeppelin. The first song I heard was Highway Tune, and that riff is very influenced by, say, the Rover, or When the Curtain Falls. That melody is very similar to Heartbreaker's melody, and the song You're the One is very reminiscent of the chords, and a little guitar riff are very reminiscent of Hey Hey What Can I Do. So there are some very striking similarities that don't quite seem that they were on accident. However, then you have songs like Black Smoke Rising, which I think is a great song, and to me, that seems pretty original, very cool, interesting melody. It doesn't sound like a particular Led Zeppelin song to me. So you kind of have to weigh it out. What do you think? I mean, do you think they're borrowing a little too much from Led Zeppelin, or do you think they're just paying tribute to the music that they love? Now, whether you're a fan or not, I don't think you can deny that they are talented musicians. They're all pro musicians. They can play live. The singer has a great range, great voice, great pitch, and technically he knows how to use his voice. He knows how to go through many variations of his voice, many sounds, head voice, chest voice, all that. Technically, he has great control of his voice. You know, whether you like the tone and sound of his voice is a personal thing, but I don't think you can deny that they're talented. And I think you have to respect what they've done in an era where rock music isn't at the forefront anymore. They're bringing it back to a new, younger audience, and they're doing great. They're selling out venues. They're touring. They're getting great recognition online in the venues. So I think they're doing something right. Now, personally, there may be a couple songs that I feel are a little too close to Zeppelin songs for my personal taste. You know, and their overall production is very Zeppelin-esque. And even in the video, When the Curtain Falls, the characters with the hood and the glowing eyes, that's very reminiscent of Jimmy Page's dream sequence in The Song Remains the Same movie. So these similarities do seem to be deliberate to me. Again, this could be a calculated move on their part. Whether it be calculated or if it's just them doing what they love, it's working. And again, hats off to them. You know, I am a fan of their overall sound, that style of music, and I'd love to hear what comes from them in the future. I am looking forward to hearing their next CD. I'm hoping that they can branch out, find a little bit more of their own voice. That being said, that's just one opinion from one fan. Even though I am a musician myself, full-time working musician for many years, I'm still a fan. They're the ones out there doing it. So they get, in my mind, they get a ton of respect for that. Any thoughts that I have are just my opinions, and what that does, it determines whether I listen to them or not listen to them. So that being said, I'd like to see what you think of Greta Van Fleet. Are they too much like Led Zeppelin, or do you dig what they're doing and you could care less about the similarities? Let me know in the comments below. Also, I'd like to hear your thoughts on any new bands that you think are out there carrying the rock and roll torch and doing a great job. For me, I love hearing bands like Government Mule or the Winery Dogs or Richie Kotzen solo. I mean, that type of music hints back to that era of 70s rock that I love so much, but they do it with a fresh vibe. So in the comments below, let me know some of the bands that you're listening to that you think are doing a great job carrying the rock and roll torch into this age of electronics and auto-tune. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I've heard that done very well also, but my personal taste leans more towards the rock. So I'd like to hear what you think, what bands out there, what rock bands, current ones, new ones coming up are worth a listen, and what do you think is in store for the future of rock music. That being said, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. Be sure to hit the bell notification next to the subscribe button, and YouTube will let you know when I release a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rod DeGeorge. Hope to see you again soon. Peace.